Hey everybody! With the coronavirus going on, Disney being shut down, us being Central Florida residents, we actually met at Disney way back when. So Disney's kind of always had a special place in our hearts. So Disney just recently released their recipe for the world famous Dole Whips, and we're going to try to recreate it at home. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah. So for the recipe is pretty simple. So we're going to need pineapple chunks, pineapple juice, and vanilla bean ice cream. Well, vanilla ice cream. A scoop of it is simple enough, right? He wrote it down for us, but
Yeah, the
we
recipe,
could always share it online.
the recipe, we'll put it down in the description down below, but the recipe literally is just 1 scoop of vanilla ice cream, 4 ounces of pineapple juice, and 2 cups of frozen pineapple. You can use fresh pineapple, but they recommend that it's frozen, so you could buy a fresh one, chop it up, I guess, and stick it in the freezer, or just buy the frozen. So that's what we decided to do, so let's see how this thing comes out.
All right, so it just says to add all 3 ingredients into the blender. So I guess we'll start with, I start with the chunky frozen stuff first. It says to do 2 cups of frozen pineapple.
Yep, so here's your cup measuring.
That's 1 cup. Let's hope this blender can handle it. We do have a bigger one, but... Okay.
All right, so there's our 2 cups of frozen pineapple. Now we're going to do the pineapple juice. 4 ounces. The little cans that we found were 4-ounce cans.
No, they're 6 ounces.
Or 6-ounce cans, I'm sorry. So we're going to measure out 4 ounces, which is actually a half a cup. So we're using our half a cup of measuring thing here.
I just want to drink the rest.
Can I?
In a minute. And then it just says a scoop of vanilla ice cream, right?
It's 1 scoop of vanilla ice cream.
There we go, 1 scoop. Is it like a normal size scoop, a tiny scoop, or like a humongous?
This says 1 scoop. I guess just do a Disney size scoop.
Ooh, I don't know. What is a Disney size scoop? I like exaggerated scoops.
Oh, we'll call that a Disney size scoop.
All right. That sounds good?
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll put that in there, and then we're going to blend it up.
Let's see.
Simple as that for the first part. And then there's another step depending on if you want it to come out looking like soft serve, or if you just want it to come out looking like
Which is?
it's going to come out of here.
Which is?
We'll get to that in a second.
Oh. Like, I'm trying to see if I put the blade in.
It's not blending. I want to switch blenders. Technical difficulties. We're going to swap blenders.
Yeah.
We have a second blender that actually blends. This is more for smoothies. We're going to do that because this is not blended. So the ice cream that we got for the Dole Whip recipe today is from Tillamook, which is actually in Tillamook, Oregon. We were in Tillamook, Oregon last year, and we actually recorded that whole vacation. It was our epic road trip 2019. I'll put the link for the whole thing down in the description below for the whole playlist, but I'll also put the day that we went to the Tillamook place so you can check out the factory where they make the cheese and the ice cream and everything. We have a second blender. We're dumping everything into the second blender.
Oh.
Don't miss anything.
No.
Get it all out of there. So I guess tip number 1 is don't use a smoothie blender to do this recipe.
Oh, it did good with the other smoothie yesterday.
Yeah, for some reason it doesn't want to work on this one. I don't know why.
Alright, let's start it. I think we got it. Let's see. Hopefully there's not too many chunks. So this is kind of what it looks like. Looks really good.
Stir it with the thing so you can see the consistency in here.
Yeah, it looks good. Okay, so I don't know. I gotta do this quickly because I don't want it to melt, but they pipe it. All right.
Yeah, they recommend on the recipe to use like a piping, because obviously at Disney everything comes out with out of a soft serve machine, so you get that soft serve kind of shape to it.
So now
so they recommend using a piping thing. So what we're gonna do is we actually got a homemade little thing that we can do here.
Yeah. We don't have a piping bag, but you know, we know the trick of this by now. You should, of the Ziploc bag. I have this little cool thing that it's supposed to work like that, inside and out, but it goes with this tip, and I don't have anything wide enough to make that obviously shape. I'm not gonna push it out through that. So I'm gonna use this one because it's great, but it also only attaches to this. So I'm gonna try to be creative. Let's see. I'm gonna So I'm just gonna do a small little cut, not too big because you don't want the thing to push out and break when you're putting pressure on it.
Let me see what it looks like. How'd you do it? Just a little cut out there?
Yeah. So hopefully, since it's soft enough, it should be okay. I should have gotten a cup for this, but I didn't. We're gonna just use it.
Give me a spatula to get the rest out.
That's fine. Oh, I lost the tip. It's in there somewhere. Oh, it's definitely way too juicy. All right, so let's see. Well,
it's kind of coming out with a little bit of a design. If you want it to be designed.
Very liquidy.
Yeah.
No, it'll be too soft. But
Too
maybe
thick.
you have to harden it. Oh, there might be a chunk in there.
You should just freeze it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
Our pineapple Dole Whip is
I think it's gonna
gas.
break ridiculously if I push too much harder.
Yeah,
There must be a
we're gonna
chunk
be
in
wearing
there.
it. We're gonna be wearing it.
Okay,
So
well, we're
this
just
is
gonna try.
This
Yeah.
is your consistency. So here,
Yeah,
everybody,
it is a little
here, grab a
liquidy,
spoon.
but I wouldn't make it any harder because it's tough on the blender. Like we struggled
Yeah.
with it. Even then, I would have wanted to add more juice.
Okay,
So maybe here we go.
you go first. Since you made it, you go first.
Very good.
What do you think?
It's cold.
But is it good?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I think. Does it taste like a Dole Whip?
Similar. It's very pineapple-y.
I like pineapple leaf. So that's.
I mean, a Dole Whip's a little thicker.
There must be a pineapple stuck in there or something. There you have it. Not too complicated. I wouldn't go through the effort of doing the piping bag because you're just gonna enjoy it anyway. It gets very liquidy very fast.
Yeah.
To make it any thicker, I probably make it and then freeze it for just a few minutes to make it thicker. And then maybe you can pipe it, but if you make it with less juice or anything, first of all, it's gonna affect the flavor, and second of all, it'll be too thick for the blender, or at least in my case, both blenders struggled with it, and I had to kind of like scooch it back and forth, trying to force it to blend, and it did blend at the end, but it was still it struggled. So I wouldn't go and make it any thicker on the blender. I would freeze it for a minute or two.
So is this a Disney recipe you would try from home?
Oh, definitely. Super easy. I'm already done with one portion. Like I said, look at though. This is what remained in the bag, and it's
Yeah,
super
it's
liquidy.
almost like a
So almost
milkshake.
like
not even as thick
have
as
a
a
drink
shake.
like a pina colada or something type situation here.
Yeah. But
it's
very
good.
very easy recipe. Just these 3 simple ingredients: vanilla ice cream, pineapple juice, and pineapple chunks.
All right. So here's the milk for later. I think I called for half a cup of pineapple juice, right?
4 ounces. Yeah, half a
Yeah,
cup.
half a cup.
And shortchange us on that can.
No, because that's. Oh.
Somebody's getting gypped on their portion. All right.
And then was 2 cups of pineapples,
Yeah,
frozen.
2 cups of frozen pineapple, which doesn't blend the greatest. We tried out on the first portion here.
Maybe we should do 1 cup at a time and blend it.
Try it. Yeah, try it. Oh yeah, look at that. It's the ice cream that's what's doing it.
And then actually, before I add the last cup, I'm gonna add the scoop of ice cream. What happened is when we did the first portion, even though it came out well, yeah, it tasted yummy, it was very hard for the blender, and we struggled with it for a while. So, oh, that sounds like a good scoop to me. So we're gonna try and change the portions. What I did, and I think it worked better, was the juice with the first cup, blend, add the ice cream. That'll soften it up, create a good liquid, and hopefully we can add the second cup and it'll work well. Let's see. Maybe I went a little bit in there, turn it back on. There's a couple of chunks still in there, so. see if that'll... Should be pretty good. To be honest with you, I still think it's gonna struggle with the last cup, but we will see.
So we gotta add 1 more cup of pineapple, frozen pineapple.
It's just almost enough too. Let's see. I was struggling with the second one too. Still did better than the first time, I think.
Do you think maybe you should do the pineapple all at the beginning and then do the ice cream last? No.
Oh boy. Okay. So now I ended up doing this where I help myself scooch it in towards the blade. I don't recommend that, obviously for safety reasons, but I mean, it's your business if you do. Stay safe.
Really?
Really. Yeah, see the
no piping bag this time.
Yeah, the consistency is not meant for it. To be honest, I think you have to take this, put it in some sort of a freezer-safe container, you know, and then kind of freeze it for a little bit, and then scoop it into a piping bag, and then you'll get that pretty design if that's what you want. But well, good pushing. So I'm pretty sure it'll taste just the same as it did.
Are we just gonna split this one?
Yeah.
Of course. If you got any questions for us, please let us know down in the comments. If you have any thoughts or suggestions on how we could improve the recipe, if you want to try it yourselves and improve it, what are you doing? Now that has to stay in the video. Thanks for watching. Maybe if you decide that you like this, maybe we'll try something else, because we also have the churro recipe for Disney. So we may try and do that as well in a future video. Hopefully we will have that one go a little more smooth. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. So when you're all finished with your recipe and you're trying to clean out your blender, what better way to do it than this? And killing the pineapple juice as well over here. This household's not letting anything go to waste.
No, especially when it's delicious.